One, two, three. Say cheese.
Jeez.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another
Welcome.
episode. We here every Monday night at 8 p.m. And you know how we get down. And we love to have you. So I always have to open up and say thank you. Thank you to my Becoming the Being family that you come and join us here on Mondays and you chat and you give your comments and your feedback. And so don't disappoint me tonight because tonight's topic is going to be so on point. So welcome. Michael, Dion, my co host. It's good to see y'all.
Peace.
How are you?
All right. All right. Doing
Hey
good.
B.
It's been a long
Has-
day.
It's been a long day. How was your week?
Oh, not too bad. Turned out pretty good.
Michael, you have a good week?
I always have a good week, girl. I made it through. Got the weekend, got things on and cracking. You know how I do.
I do. So, anything good that we want to share with our audience today?
Uh, I lost 5 pounds, but I found 8.
Okay, explain that, Michael. I'm confused.
I gained 3 pounds, Dion.
I mean, Dion, did you really have to ask him that? Oh my goodness. I don't
I
even,
did because it was kind of confusing.
I'm
He
just going to
said he
stop
lost
asking
five.
him.
He said he lost five, but he gained 8.
Listen, I'm just going to stop asking him how his week went. I have good news though.
Yeah.
I want to share because it was very, very exciting because I got this in the mail. I don't know if you all can see that, but it's my official trademark for the logo. And I
Oh,
got
well, bless the
my official
Lord.
trademark
Yes.
paper with the seal and everything for the name, y'all. It's going to be on and popping. 2021 is
All
going to be
right.
off the chain. Okay. So I just
All
had to share
right.
that because that's a big deal. That's like a, getting a degree,
Yes, yes,
a big
yes,
a degree for the business. So
yes. All
that's a big
right.
accomplishment. And I'm still excited with the fact that it didn't even take the 18 months to 2 years that I was told that it was going to take. I actually filed that and I think I want to say June or July. Here we are in February. It wasn't even a full year. So blessings and blessings. I love it.
Well, that
I
was a
love
blessing. Well, I
That's
had a
great.
blessing too, Mike. I guess I had one of your blessings, Michael, because they found some hours and they gave me some hours, but then they took it back from me in taxes. So I guess I had one of your blessings when you gain 8 pounds and then you lose 5 pounds and you gain three. So they gave me some money and took it away in taxes. So I guess me and you had the same
The Lord
thing
giveth
going
and the
on.
Lord
So
taketh away.
Lord,
right.
please don't take away from me. Please don't take
Woo!
away from me.
I thought, oh wow, they're giving me 11.9 hours. Bless the Lord. And then when I saw my check, I was like, oh my God, a FICA took it. So I didn't know if to laugh or to cry. So I just said, oh well. I'm gonna do like Angelina. I'm gonna be unbothered. Angelina said this weekend she was gonna be unbothered. So I said, okay, I'm gonna just be unbothered. Wasn't nothing I could do. I couldn't go fight with the state or the federal. So I just decided to be unbothered about it.
There you
Nope.
go.
Gotta just
And they
send it
took
some other way.
right, they took it every last penny of it too. So yep, I'm gonna just
Wow.
have to look for God to take it to send it another way.
Mm-mm.
That wasn't it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get into tonight's topic.
All
This will be
right.
interesting, okay? This is going to be very interesting. I bust the windows out your car. So, of course, everyone probably already knows where that's coming from. It's a song by Jazmine Sullivan about, it's an old song, but I had to pull this up because it's still relevant. Like, we cannot pretend like we don't see things on social media where somebody done taped somebody. I think not too long ago, somebody taped somebody through a window where she wouldn't. She called herself gonna blow up his car, and she did blow it up, and it caught on fire, but it threw her like
Oh,
she had too
Right.
much gasoline, right? And we still see things about people who are going off because they're upset. And so I just want to talk about that today because there's consequences to your actions, and it's gonna cost you, right? And but towards the so it's the same old scenario: boy meets girl, girl falls in love, boy cheats, girl finds out, she's heartbroken, and what does she do? She gets that crowbar.
she want revenge. That's what it
She
is.
busts out them headlights. She's keying up the car. She's scratching it up. There's a song by Carrie Underwood I said, oh, they doing it. They doing it too. Oh my good, the country folks is doing it too. It ain't just the urban folks. She got a song where she talks about the fact that not only did she key his car, keyed her name into the side of his car, but she no, what she said is she dug her
Did a
keys in the
leather
side of his
seat?
car. She carved her name in his seat. She took a slugger to his headlights and she slashed all four tires. Jazmine Sullivan, all she did was bust the windows. Carrie Underwood destroyed the car.
She had a
So
point to make. She was really mad.
she wanted to make a point, and I kind of like her song because her thing was maybe next time he'll think about cheating. So let's talk about this, okay? Maybe next time because some just ain't getting it. And I think maybe they haven't come across the right person that's going to make them fall to their knees. But it's so many places we can go with this song. And so I
Hmm.
kind of want to pace this a little bit, but let's just talk a little bit here about he cheats on you and you're upset. And the only thing that you can think to do at this time is revenge. How can I get him back? How can I really stick it to him? Why are we so ready to tit for tat, get revenge, and stick it to them? Why does our pain take us to lashing out? That's my first question. Mike, you just look like you eager to say something. Go ahead. Why do we lash out? Why do we
Well,
lash? I mean, I
many,
know I lash out, but I want to hear from you all. Why do we lash out?
many reasons. I think one of the main reasons is you want that, like I always say, it's emotional. You want that emotional satisfaction of getting back at him for hurting you. And if I can't get him, I'm gonna bust his car, I'm gonna cut up his clothes, I'm gonna pour bleach on his suits, I'm going to, do this to his house. Like Left Eye Lopes, rest in peace, Left Eye. She burned
Yes.
down Andre Rison's house. All she just wanted to get back. But unfortunately, those short-term gains leads to long-term loss because in the end, usually they don't leave them; they go right back to them, and it's like, dang, now that car that he could have used to probably work ain't got no more because I blew it up. The house that I was living in when I get tired of it, ain't no more because it's gone. So
Mike,
we
you're
want that
messing up.
initial emotional satisfaction, huh?
We missed some of
What
what
am
you
I
said.
doing?
You were messing up. You were going in and out.
Oh,
So we missed some of what you said. You said that they go back to him.
yeah. So now you got a bigger problem. The car that you blew up, he can't take it to work anymore. The house that you used to lay in. You get what I'm saying again with emotions. Let it pass, and you're trying to get that immediate satisfaction, but that's gonna pass. Even Jasmine God say she must admit that it didn't mend her broken heart. It didn't. All it did is just complicate matters. But Your question was, why do we do it? We want that immediate satisfaction that I got him back.
Yes,
And I'm
I
gonna work
do.
on my thing.
Okay, so in her song though, I like the part because this is so real. Let's be real, okay? Because I don't want us on here acting like we don't have these kind of feelings and people don't, react in these kind of ways. But one of the things that she says in her song is, I must admit it helped a little bit to think of how you feel when you saw it. Like that satisfaction of knowing you hurt me. And even if it's
Mhm.
just temporary, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I got you back. Let's see how you like this when you get to seeing your precious car that you love so much and the windows are busted. Like, it doesn't change anything though, because that's a materialistic. If he's got insurance, he could probably, pay his deductible, get the windows fixed or whatever. But what he's done to her is not going to even be close to her busting the windows out the car. It just gives her that temporary satisfaction, right? But her thing is, I want to hurt him like he hurt me. But the thing is,
Mhm.
it's not equal. It's not
Mhm.
equal. Like, it's
Mhm.
not equal because he's going to be upset. He's going to get the windows fixed, and then he's going to be fine. But you, on the other
Mhm.
hand, you upset because he cheated. You're feeling hurt. You're devastated. Now you don't bust the windows out this car. Um, you better hope that nobody saw you. You better hope that nobody put it on Facebook. You better hope that he don't, you know, press charges, because that's a whole nother story, right? Because now on top of the devastation of the heartbreak, now you're gonna have the devastation of property damage and vandalism and whatever else they want to charge you with for busting these windows out the car, right? And so we got to think further of the consequences instead of the temporary satisfaction. Hey, Yolanda, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show. All right, so we got to think about this though, y'all, because it's happening. And there's a lot of people out here who are acting on their emotions. And we've got to learn how to stop and think for a moment. Stop and think about what do I need to do to deal with this pain that I'm going through, other than destroying somebody else's property. Because let's be real, you reap what you sow, right? And the energy you put out there is the energy you're going to get back. Do you really want this to come back on you? The flip side of this is Beyonce. Beyonce has a song, Irreplaceable, right? And she says, mm, Beyonce was so unbothered. Yeah, I boxed up his stuff and it's waiting for you. Come on, get your stuff. I got the boxes over here to the left. Don't go in that closet. That's my stuff. Don't touch that. That's your stuff right here. Come get your stuff. I've called you a cab. I've called you a cab. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry.
Angelina, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, good.
All
How's
right.
the what you call it? Is it all right now?
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry.
that's all right. So she says, I called a cab for you. You better call that girl who you was with, come get you. I don't care what you do, but you gotta go. Right? She took the other route. Yeah, he hurt me. You did me wrong, but that's all right. I'm good. You can go ahead and leave. You go ahead and get your stuff. She didn't destroy his stuff. She didn't bleach his stuff. She didn't rip his stuff. She packed it up and said, come get your stuff. You can't stay here no more. We're not going to be together. So you got one person on the extreme who is, I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so, I gotta get revenge. And then you got the other one who's like, I'm bothered. What's the difference? Why you got one who's destroying property and the other one saying, I ain't gonna destroy your stuff. Come on ahead and get it, but you gotta go. One's not calm and one is. What's the difference in the mindset here? Why are
It,
we busting windows? Can you hear us?
I can. I was just waiting for you. You know, I ain't gonna overtalk you. You know how I am,
Oh,
B.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Let me stop talking. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. It's one is a little bit emotionally able to control herself than the other one, but they both are hurt. So let's go ahead and acknowledge that they both are really hurt. They obviously love this person. One is just saying, I can't do this. Just get your stuff and leave. Just leave me alone. Where the other one is so emotional that they're just going to do something that's, in our DNA to just fight. I'm just going to break something. Oh, you just make me so mad. But both of those are passionate responses, especially that one that busts your windows. That's a lot of passion. That's a lot of hurt. But generally, that person, she ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you bust my windows, but a man and dudes that I know, they'll be like, yeah, she busted windows out my car. I'll be freaking her tonight. And she'll be like, oh, Jerome, where to the left, he knows that it's over because she's not busting out the windows. She's not reacting to him. If you listen to the lyrics of Beyonce's song, yeah, can you walk and talk at the same time, talking about, you will never get another. She's like, yeah, bye bye. Keep talking, just going out the door. And matter of fact, if you listen to the whole thing, she said, I got somebody on the way. So could you hurry up? I easily replace you. So she was already, pretty much done. She obviously, we can debate this. Obviously, this is not the first time that he's done something, but she just had enough. Where Jazmine was just like, I'm just busting the windows out your car. I don't care. I know it's only going to help a little bit, but I'm doing it. So I think one is a little bit more emotionally mature than the other one, but they both are hurt. Make no mistake about it.
So I everybody knows I've been cheated on. I have not made any qualms about sharing my story. And I remember the first time, yes, it was more than once. The first time I was really devastated. And probably in my mind, I was flipping tables and I was throwing stuff. I didn't actually do it, but in my mind, oh my God, in my mind I was. But by the second time came around, I was so unbothered. I remember um it was in the middle of the night, y'all. Had been like 1, 2 something in the morning. My phone is ringing, it's ringing, and I don't know this number. And I decide to go ahead and answer it because they keep hanging up, calling back, keep hanging up, calling back. And it's the chick on the other end of the phone letting me know that I know he's over your house to bring you diapers. He's got my car and he's got a baby. And I remember my reaction was at this point I was so done. I was like Beyonce, like whatever. I just kind of looked at him like, why is this chick on my phone talking about you got a baby? You want to talk to her? Like that was my reaction. Like there was nothing for me to give. There was no reaction. It was just, yeah, dude, it's over. There wasn't even no flipping nothing in my mind. There wasn't no me wanting to run and get a bottle and throw plates and none of that. I was just at that point really seriously unbothered. And I know he's looking at me like she awfully calm. I mean, he really looking at me like, is she gonna go off? She awfully calm. Hurry up and get out of here before she change her mind, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. When you calm, he know it's over. He know it's over. But when you do all that, that's why I tell females all the time. She be like, oh, he knew. Cause I told him and I said, only thing you told him is you're not done with him. Because when you're done, let me tell you, R. Kelly says when a woman's fed up, it ain't nothing you could do about it. Once you've had
mhm.
enough, you don't care what he do. He could have 10 babies. He could drive her car. He could come by your house and walk in front of your house with her butt naked, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's nice. That's what you're doing. All right. Well, if you could, y'all could just move over so I could back out. I gotta go to work. That's when he know it's done. But all that extra stuff, He knows you ain't going nowhere. And I've seen ladies do it all the time. Oh, I told him. Oh, I went up there and I went to the restaurant. I threw the salad in his face. And he's sitting there the whole time saying, I'm going to be hitting that tonight. He already know
Mhm.
because you've done this before. That just, I call that just emotional theater. You ain't serious because when you serious, you to the left, get your stuff. You already know what time it is. I nope, we ain't gotta fight. Nope, you ain't gotta cuss me out. All that stuff is extra. You ain't gotta do that. Bro, just get your stuff. Everything you own is in the box to the
Mhm.
left. If I bought it, please don't touch. Can you walk and talk at the same time? Bro, just go. I'm done. And that's the way you are.
Well, let's kind of tip this over a little bit though, because I have to. I really do wonder though, when a man has, you know, finds himself in an entanglement with a toxic woman, because I think that's kind of unhealthy, borderline toxic behavior, right? To lash out like that, and we'll get into that. But men, why? Do you get a rise out of that? Does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel wanted? Does it, like, what does that do for you to be with someone that you know is going to go off at any moment, who's going to tear up your stuff, who's going to try to fight you, who's going to show up where you are and act a fool? Like, what does that do to your mental, that to deal with the female that responds in that manner?
You're the same type person. You crave that chaos
Mhm.
too. You're not a he's not an emotionally well person either. A man that's a man's man, he's not gonna allow that. He's gonna say, "Yo, baby, wait, we ain't got to fight like this. You know what? Let's just go home, talk this out." And he's done because he knows once you bust his windows out one time, you'll be busting something out else out. So I'm saying something is wrong with him too that he likes that. But some men crave that. In the barbershop, we say we like crazy women because boy, they are a wildcat in the sheet. Oh yeah, crazy women. Oh yeah, they crazy everywhere. For real. I'm just talking guy talk. Yeah. So we like that. Cause we crazy too.
I'm speechless.
I am too. I'm scared.
Yeah.
It
I
reminds me of
know,
waiting.
right?
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the movie Waiting to Exhale. When she Bernadette goes out and she blows up all this stuff and everything. I think women are invested. They invest their time, their energy. Like some women invest money and in their men or whatever, and they paying for everything. So they feel like they let some of them their men stay home and not work, and they feel like they invested. So they feel like they have a right to do some of the things that they do. And like you said, Michael and Angelina, it's an emotional imbalance that you feel like it's okay to bust somebody windows out, and for this man to feel like, okay, we're gonna go home and work it out. We're gonna have some makeup sex, or make it all good when I get home. That crazy cat and mouse stuff is crazy, because at what time does it become brutal and somebody wind up dead? You know what, it go too far and then somebody winds up dead. I'd be scared that one of those times she get mad and she actually take that bat to you and just not your window. So that would be my
Right,
fear at some point in time.
right.
That don't bother them. They don't think that far ahead. We're talking about in the moment type people. We're talking about people that can't think next week, next year, 5 years. They're just thinking about right now. Let me deal with,
Mhm.
I've heard them say, man, let me go deal with her right now. Let me deal with her little crazy self right now. And then I've seen men go home, talk to her, calm her down, go out and still cheat. It's like, man, it ain't about learning a lesson. It's just about, let me just calm this stuff down. Because he knows, I'm telling y'all from my heart, he knows she's not going anywhere. He knows this.
Mhm.
That's just emotional theater. Oh, she just fronting.
Yeah, till you meet the
Wow.
wrong one. Mine thought that I wasn't gonna go anywhere. Like, we literally had a conversation, and he really literally he was honest with me to let me know that he thought that I would never leave.
Well, you
And
had enough. That's what I'm saying. You
that
had enough.
that's
But you said you were
amazing that
cheated
men
on
think
a
that.
few times. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
You know your level. Like, If you cheated on and you doing all this wild stuff, he knows you're not going nowhere. It's when you get to that point where I got no reaction to you. The worst thing a husband, a wife, or a committed person can do to you is give you nothing. Absolutely. You come in 3 o'clock in the morning, she ain't even questioning you no more. Cause she already know. She's tired. And trust me, when a woman get to that point where she's not reacting anymore, she's now planning. She's planning to get out. Yeah.
That was me. That was
Yeah.
me. Yep. I
Yeah.
had no reaction and I was planning.
Oh yeah.
I was planning. And but it didn't go well for him because here's the thing that I want to say here. I know we're in the moment. I know it's temporary satisfaction. I know we're so used to this pattern of, okay, she act up, let me calm this down, and I'm gonna go right back out there and do the same thing. But sometimes at some point, you have to mature mentally and start thinking some things through, understanding there's consequences to your actions. And so for my situation, the consequences was now this person that you decided to cheat with, she was the crazy one. She was the toxic one. She was the one who's gonna bust the windows out your car. She was the one who was going to stick it to you however she could stick it to you, right? And she ended up being the one who was stalking me, right? So now you've got this woman that you just could not say no to, who is now stalking not only me but your daughter. So now you don't put your daughter in danger. And we don't think about things like this. And so now your daughter's in danger. And now we've got to go get a restraining order of protection, all because you couldn't think things through. You were only thinking about the moment. You were trying to get temporary satisfaction. And now you've got this long-term problem that you've got to deal with because you just couldn't control yourself. And so now you have a baby with this person who's given you nothing but hell for the last 12, 13 years. And so I'm just saying that to you all out there, that we got to start thinking about our actions and the things we do, because you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is all that drama worth it? At the end of the day, if when your kids are in danger, is it worth it? When somebody loses their life, was it worth it to have that temporary satisfaction?
Angelina, you could go to all prisons and talk to men and women who say, if I could just get back 2 minutes of my life, how things would. That's what being emotionally immature. They might, I know, I've worked with Fortune 500 VP women who are just not very good with love, who will show out. And I'll be like, and I hope she ain't watching, but I won't say her name. I'll be like, Susie, you almost making 200 grand. You the VP of this company, and you tripping over the janitor. So my point to that was, it didn't matter what he made, what he was. She was just emotionally immature, but she was highly intelligent, but emotionally immature when it came to love. And she was talking about going over there and knocking down the door and letting that be know that this my man. I'm like, you the VP of a Fortune 500 company. Why are you tripping? Because that's my
But
man.
why do
I
we
mean,
blame the other women? Why do we
hey,
blame the other women, Mike?
Dion, I've been
Why we
saying
blame the
that.
other women?
I've been saying that for years. Why does a woman and a man, why does a woman want to fight the other
The
woman?
other
The one
woman.
you should be fighting is him. He the one. But men do it too. Oh, when I see old boy, oh, it's on. He messing with my woman. Yeah, what about your girl? How come you
Well,
can't talk to your girl? Maybe she don't want you no more.
right. I could probably answer that. Not that I've done that, but I probably can answer that because of my situation that I've been through. But um, I chose not to. But you do get mad with the other woman because they know.
Yeah, but
And not
who
to say,
knows? Who knows
But I
before the
think your
other woman?
situation, but
I'm
I
not
think
saying
your
they owe you
situation is
anything. I'm not saying
unique.
they owe you anything. I'm not saying they owe you anything. They haven't. You're not in a relationship with them.
Right.
But it was, but again, let's go back to the emotions.
Yeah.
We're not thinking straight. We're emotionally immature. And for me, it's kind of like every time I found out she knew about me, I didn't know about her. It always got to the point where she was tired of being she was waiting to be the main chick, and he wasn't making her the main chick. She was tired of being the main chick. So now I got to say something. I got to do something so I can get them to, break up. So, but for me, when all of this comes out, it's like, holy smokes, like she knew all about me. Like they would know where I lived. They knew what I did. They know what I looked like.
Angelina, most of the time they done told them all about you.
Right.
Usually cheating happens usually, generally, with somebody you work with, somebody you spending 6, 7, 8, 9 hours talking to, telling them all about how you ain't doing something right or whatever, and you don't cook and you don't do that. Generally, if when I talk to couples, generally the person that the other person is cheating with is someone from their job. This ain't someone that you just walked on the street and she walked by and y'all. No, this is someone that knows you and
Well,
knows
yeah,
all about you.
but I'm not trying to justify it. But I mean, the question is like, why do we get mad at the other woman? I'm just trying to tell you from experience why we get upset with the other woman. And if you're not emotionally mature enough and you don't have that emotional intelligence, you don't know how to manage your emotions and control your behaviors, then what are you going to do? You're going to lash out. You're going to lash out not at him, but you're gonna lash out at her because it's gonna be like, well, you knew why you messing with my man. You trying to get my man this, that, and the third. Because for me, I already knew everything. When I get this phone call, she was tired of waiting. Her
Yeah,
whole
but why
her.
wouldn't that energy why wouldn't that energy be at him? Because I was married to my ex-husband, and when he started cheating, I was mad at him. I wasn't mad at her because
I'm
I
not
felt like
saying
it
I
was his
wasn't.
responsibility.
I'm not saying I wasn't. I wasn't even mad at. I
Hmm.
wasn't. I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't mad at him. I'm just trying to tell you the emotions of
Hmm.
the woman who's going through this.
Sure.
And
Well, I
and
could
no
understand
matter
that
what,
because she was reaching out to you and calling you.
yeah, because she's reaching out
I
to
could
call me, but
understand
her
her with
whole
that.
motive, she knew all about me. She knew where
Well,
I
yeah.
lived. She knew my occupation. She done been around my child. She knew everything,
Well,
right?
yeah,
I
because he
knew
had
nothing.
filled her in. He
So
had
for
filled
me,
her in.
the whole motive was to get us to break up so that she could have him and they could be a family. And then I
Well,
could just be
yeah.
stepmom to your child. And so for me, I'm mad at him. I'm hurt, even though I'm unbothered at,
Well,
I can't
yeah.
even cry at this point, but I'm still upset. I'm not going to act like it didn't sting because now all this is coming back like, dang, even though, I'm saying I'm done, he was doing this when I wasn't done. Okay. I'm finding out that even before I was done, you were doing this and you don't had a child and you hid that child. And she helped you
Yeah.
hide the child. So I'm upset. I didn't react.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything, but I'm just trying to give you all a window into the emotions of a woman who's in that situation and she's hurt and why she's mad at not just him but the other woman as well. Does that
Mhm.
make sense? I'm not trying to justify it. I'm
Mm,
not saying it's right.
mm,
That's just reality. And
yeah.
everybody's in a different position in a different place again with their emotional maturity and how they are going to be able to handle themselves. Are you a Carrie Underwood, or are you a Jazmine Sullivan, or are you a Beyonce?
Well, the answer is you're
Mhm.
all of them. You're
Mhm.
every last one of them. All of us has that in us to bust the windows out somebody's car because we're
Right.
mad. It takes
Right.
someone to think beyond the emotion not to do it.
Right.
So we are Beyonce, we are Carrie Underwood, we are Jasmine Sullivan. It's just what you're choosing to do at that moment. Can you think beyond? Because usually busting the windows and all that stuff, it has to have some thought. You have to
Right.
premeditate that. You ain't just
Right.
walking up to his house and bust. No, you at your house, you mad, and you like, I know he over there. I know he over there,
Right.
girl. And sometimes you have a person that would drive you over there to his house, be like, yeah, we finna get Jerome. I'm tired of
We
Jerome
finna
doing
do
this.
this,
Oh, we
right?
finna do this.
You
So
just
you
need
got a
one
brick
person
in
to
the
tell
car
you,
or a
right?
bat in the car. And I'm
Just one
thinking
person to
the
co-sign.
yeah, the whole way over there, instead of you, calming down, you're ramping up.
Right,
And if you have a girlfriend or a dude, he or she is hyping you. So you really,
right.
now you're full of testosterone, or you're full of,
Just
all
give
this
me a
stuff. Yeah.
co-signer,
And
right?
as soon as you get out, oh, it's on. Ah, I busted one. Oh, he don't even know what he doing, girl. On my mama. And then you driving home and you wondering why the police at your house. Yeah, so I was just, you did something crazy. So that's what I'm saying. We
Just
all
to
of
go
those.
to
We
jail.
carry, yeah, we all carry, we all Jasmine, and we all Beyonce. It's just
Absolutely.
which one are
I'll
you
buy
gonna
into that.
think through to be? Because some people know it's wrong, but sometimes when you had a hype person,
But it
you ever
just
got in
feels
a fight?
so good. It just feels so good.
Everything feels
Yes.
everything that feels good ain't good for you.
That's
That's the
true.
Right.
bottom line.
But, but when they
So
sitting there
true.
thinking about what can I do, it just feels so good to
Right.
just,
Just give me 5 minutes.
break
Just give me five
something.
minutes.
Yeah, break something. I tell you, the greatest
Right.
way to pay anybody back is just be successful and be happy and move forward. But that's a different level of thinking. Most of all that stuff
Mhm.
is reacting. You got to move past reacting. The best way to get your cheating boyfriend back is to find you a good man and be happy and be unbothered. And when you see him, be like, "Hey, Jerome, hey, how you and Susie doing? Oh, it didn't work out. Maybe next time. You be cool, Jerome. You go on about your business. You ain't no animosity, ain't no bad feelings, because I'm done. I'm done.
So you said something that I just want to respond to, which is reacting. And so one of the things that I teach in my coaching program is, is how not to react out of your emotions, but to be able to respond out of your mental, because we let our emotions control our thoughts, and we're letting our emotions control our behaviors, and we're not thinking things through. And so it's all about learning how to, in that moment, understand what you're feeling, what you're going through, and being able to process that quickly, but also appropriately, so that you can be able to respond, because we're reacting. And that's all that is: busting the windows out the car, keying the car, bleaching the clothes. We're reacting. And we've got to get to the point where we are responding, and we're thinking things through. And so in my coaching program, that's what we kind of walk you through that process of how to be able to respond out of your mental in that moment, instead of reacting out of your emotions. And that is that state of being unbothered.
Well, I can tell you right now, sometimes that mental is not a good place either.
Well, it depends. What are you saying when you say that's not a good place either?
Because if your mental is already fractured, everything that's coming out of it is not good. So you first
But
have to
why,
be in the
but why is your mental fractured?
because you have a lot of issues and stuff that you have not
That's
dealt with.
so
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
emotions. So
Right,
then that's
right.
how to heal. So that's
So
part of the coaching
I'm
program.
saying, but you have to be healed. I say this: the same mind that got you in trouble is not the same mind that could bring you out, because it's a troubled mind. Until
Exactly.
you heal that troubled mind, the only thing coming out of it is trouble. So I'm saying you have to do your own personal work first, or you're gonna keep getting the same old stuff from the same old mind over and over. And people say, "How does she keep falling into this?" And I keep saying, because she's still broken. She's
Right.
until you're healed. So
So
I would just put that asterisk out there that you have to be healed and have the right mind to do that.
exactly. So that's the whole point. In order to not respond out of your emotions, and to, react out of your emotions and respond out of your mental, you've got to heal the emotions. You've got to do the work. And that's part of the coaching program, is addressing those things that is causing your mental. not to be in control, that's causing you not to think things through, that's causing you to have those limiting beliefs. We've got to heal those emotions that's in the way, that's causing you not to be able to think rationally and respond rationally. And so yeah, you got to put in the work, and this is individual work. And as long as, and if you want to know the sign of whether or not somebody's healed, like people always want to know, how do I know if I'm whole? Right? It's going to be how you thinking and how you responding, and in that moment. And when you get those triggers, how are we responding to the triggers when we get those triggers, right? Because in the video for Jazmine Sullivan, her thing was she saw some underwear. Now that's just in her mind, and and it becomes a trigger. And how do you keep yourself from, every time I see these white thongs, that I don't get mad all over again and want to break something else? You're going to have to heal that emotion that has caused that mental problem in the first place.
So I say this, I'm not going back and forth with you. You got to heal your mind. Your emotions come from your mind. You're not healing your emotions. Emotions are natural. It's your mind that you have to heal. Therefore, your emotions will go after your mind, but your mind have to be healed first. You don't heal your emotions. Emotions is what God gave us. Happy, mad, scared, anxious, whatever. But it's your mind that has to heal. And let me tell you, when you're broken, I don't care if you see thongs, you could see a screwdriver, you could see an out of place butter knife, you could see a chair that's pulled back a little bit too far, and your mind will automatically say, he's cheating. She's cheating, because your mind is broken. So everything is cheating. Like I try to tell a lady, he's not cheating 24/7. Whenever he was out of her sight, he was cheating because her mind is broken. Yeah, but what about the 8 hours he at work? I don't know if he at work. Yeah, but don't he bring home a paycheck? He don't show me the paycheck for as far as so I said, so he's cheating 24/7. I said, sweetie, that doesn't last that long. So I'm saying, Angelina, really, it's the mind that you're healing, and the emotions will follow. Good emotions can't come from a broken mind. It just can't. I know you look perplexed, but trust me on this one. You're healing the mind.
I'm not perplexed.
All right.
I'm not perplexed. I am just sitting here thinking, how can I respond to this? Because I disagree.
Okay, so
I
tell me, which
disagree.
one comes first, emotions or your mental?
You said which one comes first? That's like asking me which comes first, the chicken or the egg.
No, ma'am. Your emotions come out of your mind.
Let me see. Let me see. I don't want to get biblical on you, but
Oh, come on. Please, please. I welcome that one. Please, come on.
let me
Let let this mind be in you, not let this emotion be in you. Let
okay.
this mind be in you,
Let
which
this
was
mind.
also in Christ Jesus. He didn't say
Okay.
let this find me some scriptures that talk about emotions.
Yes, he wants the mind to be in you, but what is interfering with your mental? What?
Brokenheartedness, things that have gone wrong in your mind. Your mind is fractured. Your emotions are
No.
not fractured. It's your mind.
Oh my God, are you serious right now? Is that
Are
what they?
you serious? This is what I do for a living. Are
I know
you
this is what you.
serious?
I know this is what you do for a living.
So
I
what is a dis-ease? Your
say what?
emotions are not a dis-ease. It's your mind. That's a
Well, why is
dis-ease.
your mind at this ease?
I just told you,
Okay,
because things that have happened to you that have fractured your mind.
okay, and those things that have fractured your mind is doing what?
What do you mean? What are
What
they
are they
doing?
causing?
They're
What
causing you
are they?
not to be able to think rationally because your mind is broken. Your emotions are not broken. It's your mind. When I work with someone, Angelina, I
Ding,
work
ding, ding.
on.
Can we
It's all right. No, no, no. We're doing good. The people need to see this. We don't work on their emotions. We work on their minds, and then from their mind proceeds out of their it comes their emotions, but we have to work on that mind first. Like the children in school, they say, let's work on behavior modification. I said, that's fine. We could do that all day, but if we're not healing that mind, they don't keep doing the same things because they're emotional beings, because their minds are broken.
I
They're
get all
broken.
I
Yeah.
get all that because we work on the mind.
Yes.
We do the cognitive behavioral therapy, but you got to get to the root cause of why your mind you're having issues with your mental, because you got to
Right.
transform the mind.
Right.
You got to transform your mind.
Right.
What else do you have to do?
You transform the mind.
You got to get your emotions in check. You got to get
Angela,
your
how
emotions
can I get my emotions in check if I'm still dealing with a broken mind?
because you got to deal with both of them. You
Hmm.
have to deal with both of them. You can't just deal with one. You have to deal
Angelina,
with both of them.
for real, your
Yeah.
emotions come forth out of your mind. They just are not just some independent things, they come from your mind. When your mind is at peace, peaceful things, when your mind is at dis-ease, unhealthy things. Jasmine Guy was looking at things out of a broken mind, which caused her to bust the windows, which caused her emotions. Your mind is what's driving your emotions. It's not your emotions driving your mind, it's your mind driving your emotions. If her mind could have thought in that moment, her emotions would be in check. She ain't busting out the window. That's what I'm saying. For Beyonce, she didn't have a fractured mind. She was done. I'm at peace. So I ain't got to bust the windows out your car. You could cheat as many times as you want. I'm good. That's what I'm saying. So it's the mind. People do it and they just say, well, girl, you just need to get over it. How can they? Their mind is broken. Are we stalled out?
I am stalled out because I'm stalled out on my own podcast because
But it's
I
good.
I don't agree
All
because
right.
you got to work on both because you have to have emotional intelligence.
Where
Okay,
does that come from?
you you have okay. I just said you have to work on both your mind and how to handle your emotions. You can't just only work on your mind and not learn how to handle your emotions. You can't do that. You have
Angelina?
to work on both of them. You have to
And
have emotional regulation. You need to have mind regulation. You have to have both. They work together.
what is
We
the
are
central processor to your body?
say what?
What is your central processing unit of your body?
My heart.
Your mind. They could keep your heart going. They can't keep your mind. Once you brain dead, you're done. It's your mind. This right here controls your heart, your lungs, your speech, your tone, your happiness, your madness, your sadness. Right here. This here is what controls everything. Your mind. And if you want to be emotionally well, you can't be emotionally well from a broken mind. How does that happen?
You can't be I never said that though. That's not what I said though.
Heal the mind and the emotions will follow.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We're done. I'm done. Yeah. What else? I can't keep going back and forth.
I can. So bust the windows out their car is a sad anthem that a lot of women love because it gives them that quick satisfaction that they got him back. And my thing is, did you really get him back? And is that what you want your relationship to be, a tit for tat? Because that's not going to work. That's not going to get you what you want. What you really want is him. And I've always said, do you really think busting a man's windows out is going to make him love you more? No, but it made me feel better. Okay, but he's still over there with Susie. Yeah. So what you gonna break next? What else is on your agenda?
You I'm bothered. I ain't breaking. I'm going to Chipotle and eat.
Right. So all that is just theater.
I do though. I
That's the
mean,
footloose.
tit for tat. I think tit for tat is a big downfall in relationships.
Mm,
Who
It's a big
wins?
right.
downfall. Nobody wins. It's a big downfall in relationships. And but we do it all the time. Even if it's not busting windows out of cars, we are still looking to do tit for tat with our words, you know, by trying to hurt them with our words, taking jabs at who they are, and different things of that nature. Um, and it just it's not healthy. It's not healthy for any relationship, and we've got to really learn how to communicate better and how to communicate our feelings and how and what we're going through and what we're thinking without attacking the other person or feeling like we've always got to get revenge because we think they've hurt us, right? And then because sometimes our perception of what has happened or what was said could be false, and now we're lashing out, and then you end up having to eat those words when you find out what really happened or what they really meant by what they did. Yeah, tit for tat is just poison for a relationship.
So we question then what relationship are you in if you're engaging in that practice. So I guess we need to ask, what do you want? What relationship do you want? And what do you have currently? And oftentimes we think we could change the relationship into what we want. And one thing you got to learn, you can't change him or her. They are who they are. It's what will you accept? Are you happy in this relationship? If the answer is no, then state what you want and see if he or she can give you that. If they can't,
I think sometimes they know what they want. I think that's the problem right there. They don't know what they want.
Mhm. But are they
yeah,
really in relationships though? I mean,
that
or
was what I was asking, Dion.
yeah, are you really in a relationship? I mean, or is it just a one of those sexual relationships or one of those friendships?
With
What kind of
benefits.
define the ship that you in? That's just figure out what kind of ship you in. Maybe that's it.
You know, a lot of people would say they just want to be happy. But with you, Angelina, if you ask them what does happy look like, they might be a little foggy because oftentimes they've seen some very unhealthy and some unhappy relationships. So just get into the heart of that. Just it's hard for a person when they really don't know what they want, but then they want the other person to fulfill what they don't even know they want.
That's hard. That
That's
is
impossible because it's a moving target.
right. Right. Because then nothing they do is ever going to make you happy because that's not where your happiness is supposed to come from anyway.
Right. It comes from within, but we always look for happiness without. And
Yep.
until we learn how not to do that, but again, it takes time. I was watching Louis Farrakhan, and he said at a thing a couple years ago, he said he don't know any female 12 and up that hasn't been hurt. Not one. He said either emotionally, psychologically, or physically. He said he don't know any. And that was
Yeah,
just his own
probably so. Because
experience.
how many people Louis Farrakhan heard? Now that's the question. How
Oh
many?
man.
Yeah, well let's talk about that.
We're not talking
That's
about that.
probably
We're
that's
not going there
right.
tonight.
That's probably why he said that because how many women he done had for 12 and up. So yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm
and
I'm a
I'm
I'm
just
a
in
mute on
certain.
that.
I mean, it doesn't matter who. If I say Jake, somebody gonna have something to say. Creflo Dollar, Jocelyn Myers, whoever. So we're not beholden to the man. I was talking about his message, which was he just didn't
Yeah,
know
but
anybody.
if you had said Jake said that, I could respect it a little better. But Louis Farrakhan, come
But
on now.
you can say that. I'm just saying somebody else
Oh,
will. It doesn't matter who we insert. If I said Malcolm X said it, a
yeah.
Christian guy would say, "Oh, Malcolm X,"
I,
so if I,
I
but
I
if
would have
I say this
appreciated
one,
Malcolm X saying that.
Well, if you say Martin Luther King, oh well, he was a womanizer. But did we lose his message? His message is still on
Right.
point. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So I was just
I,
watching
I
that.
got you.
Yeah. And I watch a lot of stuff because, no one person has all the answers. They don't. This thing
So
called
true.
life is complex.
It
It's
is.
sometimes messy.
It's
It's
complicated.
it's very complicated. So no one person has all the answers. But we're doing the best we can. And even in the books that I read and the research and all that, like they'll say, well, we took 2,000 men and we did this, and this is what we found out. Yeah, but you took 2,000 men living in New York, this, that, and that. That doesn't mean that 2,000 men in Texas is gonna agree with 2,000 men in New York. So we could do that all the time. So no one
Right.
person has it all. They don't.
Right.
All right, y'all. We have gotten to the top of the hour. This has been a good conversation. I hope you all out there have enjoyed us tonight. So, any closing thoughts that you want to give to the people?
If you
Just
going over your
listen.
man house to bust out the windows on his car, think twice.
Right. And listen, ladies, make sure he
Yeah,
your
I can't
man.
with him tonight. I just can't.
Listen, first of all, make sure he your man first, okay? Before you start busting windows out the car. Make sure
Oh
that
God.
first, okay? Because he could be somebody else's man and you just think he yours. Okay, so find out how many women he got first before you start busting windows out of the cars, and just don't
I'm
do it.
I'm gonna
Just
just
don't
say,
do
make
it.
sure you got some bail money.
Right. Just I
You
was gonna
going to
say,
jail.
just don't do it because you might wind up in jail.
You
Just
might go
don't
to
do it,
jail.
okay?
Yeah.
Just do like Beyonce said, come get your stuff
To
and
the
make sure
left.
Charlie
Just,
waiting for you when he come and get his stuff. That's all. That's the
y'all
best I could
just
offer you.
call him the cab, and you go. I
Yeah, just
promise
call him
you,
the cab. Come
you're
get your
gonna
stuff,
feel better
and
later.
don't let him in your house. That's all. Just don't let him in your house.
Box it up, put it on the curb,
Right. Because you
call him
know
a
he that smooth
cab.
talker and he can talk himself into your bed. Just don't let him in the house. Just have the stuff at the curb. That's
Oh,
the
by the
best I
way,
can
Beyonce
offer
did
you.
say she changed the locks too.
Yeah,
Oh,
change the locks.
Yeah.
Change the
Yeah.
locks.
He ain't coming back
Change
in.
change the locks on your house and on your car because you probably didn't gave him some car keys. So change them both on the car and the house, and then just have the stuff at the curb. That's the best I can offer you.
Come get it. Come get it. Yeah.
all right, y'all. We are out of here. As always, you know the routine. Be unbothered. Have a
Peace.
good one.
Good night.